Next is procrastination. This is a topic of its own, but we'll mention some tips on how to stay ahead of your tasks. Tip number 1, relying on willpower. Oftentimes, people rely on willpower to finish a lot. Unfortunately, some studies have shown that willpower is a finite source of energy, and often not as successful as we might like it to be. Instead, try to go about studying more regularly. Combine willpower with more strategic methods, like being at the right environments, such as libraries or a cafe, or even the park. In places like New York City, there are a lot of options for you, so utilize them.
Tip number 2, get started.
Getting started on a project could be your only true hurdle in that project. Naturally, people want to finish a project that they started, even if they don't like it. Moreover, before starting a project, it may seem too big or too challenging. However, once you dive in and divide it into smaller pieces, it'll be less intimidating.
Now up to my last and favorite tip. When you're procrastinating on something like an assignment, for example, say, "This assignment isn't a priority." Seriously, try saying this out loud. If it isn't a priority, then you let it go, as you should. However, if it is, that same sentence will prompt you to actually finish the project because you realize it is actually a priority and you need to get it done. And that simple trick always works out for me. Now you should try to find out what works out for you best, whether it being utilization of study spaces, music in the background, or simply hiding distractions away. It all comes back to what works out for you best. Now, let's do a quick recap. On procrastination, the 3 key tips are: number 1, you study environments to your advantage and avoid distractions. Number 2, get started. And lastly, number 3, always remind yourselves of your priorities. And remember this, if current you won't do it, future you probably won't either, because they are the same person. So you have to just take charge and get things done. And that's it.